Hello everyone and welcome back to the other side. So for this week's video I'm going to be doing the paranormal tag, which I believe was created by Graveyard Girl. So I'm going to be doing this tag today and let's see how many questions are there. I think there's 13 questions. So I'm going to try and get through these as quickly as possible. And I'm also sorry that if you will hear like loud noises in the background. We're currently, my dad is currently doing renovations at the moment in our house, so you might hear some drilling in the background or you might hear some like hammering, but if you do hear those things, I apologize and I can't do anything about it. So, and it's Wednesday and I have no other time to film this video, so I need to film it now. So, because this is going to be going up on like in 2 days, so I need to film it now. But yes, so let's get started with the paranormal tags. So first question is, how old were you when you had your first paranormal experience? Well, I haven't really had an official paranormal experience or not, but I kind of have, and I don't know if I should like count it as paranormal. So I've always believed in the paranormal, but I had never really like experienced something paranormal before. So I feel like the first time that I had a like paranormal experience was last year actually, and so I was 20, which is what I am now, and it was at around Christmas time. So as you guys know, my first video was about the Boggo Road Jail because I did a ghost tour there, and that was my Christmas presents last year. I went with my mum, my uncle, and we went there for the night. The tour was 2 hours, and I already said this in the video, but I'm going to say it again because I feel like it's the most really kind of paranormal experience that I've ever had, and I couldn't explain it, like I didn't know what it was. So we went, it was the day after Boxing Day, so the 27th of December we went on this tour, and so it's in the middle of summer, really hot, still pretty warm at night time, and most of the tour is outside. There was only like one inside part, which was when we were in one of the cell blocks, and we were in the cell block, and it was like really dark, pitch black. Well, not pitch black, you could kind of see, but it was pretty dark. Because the tour guide said we had like torches with us, but the tour guide said to turn the torches off when he was talking and like telling stories and stuff. So we were in one of the cell blocks, and I was terrified. I was so scared, and all of a sudden I felt some cold air coming from one of the cells, and all three of us felt it. Me, my uncle, and my mum felt it. And there was no cold air anywhere where that could have been coming out of. Like, it couldn't have come out of one of the windows in the cells because they were all blocked off. And it was really, like, the air, it was a lot different from the air outside because it was warm outside because it was summertime. So it was a lot colder than the air that was outside. And I only felt it for, like, a few seconds, but it was definitely a lot colder than the air outside. So I guess that was really kind of a paranormal experience. So we all felt it. And so I guess that's the most, like, paranormal experience I've really had because I couldn't explain it. So I guess that was the first one that I had, and I was 20 years old. So next question is, have you always believed in ghosts? I have really, pretty much in my older years, really, not when I was really young, but in my like older teen and young 20s, I have like always believed in ghosts. Like, I just always have. I love like ghost hunting shows and stuff, and I just love everything about it, so I have always believed in it. Number 3, what is your favourite place to investigate? I have never actually done a real investigation before, but if I were to choose one to investigate, that would be my favourite. I would really want to investigate in the Boggo Road Jail because I think that would be pretty cool. Because there is definitely something there. And maybe Alcatraz would be amazing to investigate at. I've been to Alcatraz before, and let me tell you, there is a weird vibe in that building. If you've been to Alcatraz, you may have felt something, but you may have not, but I definitely did, because it's a very strange feeling in Alcatraz. Like, well, I felt something weird. So, like, I kind of like mixed that question up a bit because I've never really done an investigation before, but I would definitely want to like go to Alcatraz or Bogor Rodale to investigate because they would be amazing. Number 4, what is your favorite investigating tool to use? So my favorite investigating tool to use, I have a couple of apps on my phone, as you guys know, and I really like the Sono X10 Spirit Box, which is an app that I have recently reviewed on my channel, and so I really like that one. And I also really like the horse parakeet thing, although I would really like to see them like in an actual haunted place to see if they would like definitely work, because my house isn't haunted, like I said in those videos that I reviewed those 2 apps in. But yeah, I really like those 2 apps to investigate. I've never really like used an actual like ghost hunting tool before, so I guess I would say those would be my favorite. And I also really like the flashlight experiment, which where you can get like 2 flashlights and you can ask like the spirit to use one as a yes flashlight and one as a no flashlight. You've probably seen it been used on ghost hunters. That's where I've seen it before. I really like that as well. So I would definitely like to try that out as well. Number 5, what is your scariest paranormal experience? Probably when I was in Alcatraz. I just felt a really super uneasy vibe in that place, especially when we were in the hospital ward area. The air was really like thick, and it just felt like really bad stuff had happened there, and I kind of felt like I was being watched a little bit, so I was really freaked out in that part in Alcatraz. So that would probably be my scariest paranormal experience, because I wasn't freaked out as much by the thing when I was in the cell in the Bogoro jail with the air. I didn't really feel freaked out about that. I was kind of just like interested and was like, what is that? So I was definitely more freaked out in Alcatraz because it was just so, the air was just so thick. And we also got to go to a like part of Alcatraz that they don't really open like very often to the public. We got to go into one of the padded cell blocks where they kept like the really insane people, and in there it was even more just like the air, it just like had a very eerie vibe, and that was probably when I felt really like scared, because I could definitely feel like I was being watched, and it was just so creepy. Alright, number 6, what is your favorite paranormal experience? Well, since I really haven't had that many, probably the one with the cool air where I felt it. So that was a pretty cool experience, and I've never felt anything like that before or experienced like that before. It was definitely a really cool thing to experience. So probably that one, since it is the only one that I've ever really experienced. Number 7, do you know anyone else personally who has had a paranormal experience? Yes, I do. My mum actually. She is also like into this stuff. Well, not as much as I am, but she like believes in ghosts and stuff. So, at our old house, where the house that I grew up in, we lived on 2 acres, so it was really big. And I think the people who like lived there before us were kind of like farmers, kind of. But it was a really old house, and my mum one night, she said that she woke up in her bed with my dad, obviously, but my dad was still asleep, and she saw this big figure of a man in like a farmer's outfit, like he had the hat and everything, and she said it completely freaked her out, and she tried to wake my dad up, but my dad is a really heavy sleeper. Like, he can get to sleep in like 5 minutes. It's insane. He's a really, really heavy sleeper, so by the time my dad like woke up like and turned the light on, like the figure was gone. So that totally freaked her out. She said it was so scary, and that was the only time that she ever saw the figure of that man, like this huge black shadow, and it just totally freaked her out. So and she hadn't like really told us that until like when we moved out of that house. I was like, what? When did that happen? Like, it would have been so scary. Number 8, do you have trouble convincing friends and family about your paranormal experiences? Well, not really, no, because I haven't really had that many, like I said. and a lot of people in my family are kind of like into like ghosts and stuff as well. Like my uncle is like the one who went on the ghost tour with me and my mum, and also my auntie as well is kind of into it. She does like angel cards sometimes, like angel card readings. She hasn't done them in like a long time, but she like used to do that stuff. So not really, no. And as of friends, I don't really know. Like, I don't really have that many friends. So, but yeah, I feel like they would like know. They would like. I wouldn't like get to convince them. So I feel like they would believe me. So yeah. But yeah, that's kind of a hard question to answer. Number 9. What is your favorite paranormal TV show or movie? Favorite TV show? You guys already know this. Sorry, I have to cough. Okay, sorry about that. Favorite paranormal TV show or movie is, my favorite TV show is definitely Ghost Hunters. You guys know, and I'm so excited because they just announced season 11 is starting soon. I thought it was finished because it hadn't been on ages. Like they stopped at I thought they were stopping at season 10, but no, season 11 is starting soon, and I'm so excited. Although I'm a little bit sad because 2 of my favorite investigators are not on there anymore, which were Amy and Adam. But they are actually starting their own show called Kindred Spirits or Kindred Spirits. I don't know how to say that word. Where they go investigating in other people's houses. Whereas Ghost Hunters, they do like big like locations, not just people's houses anymore. So I'm super excited for Amy and Adam's new show, and definitely will be watching it because I love those two together. They're my favorite Ghost Hunters like investigators, and I was so sad when they left, but I'm really excited for their new show. But yeah, definitely Ghost Hunters. I love Ghost Hunters. I definitely prefer it to Ghost Adventures. All right, next one, number 10. What would be your dream place to investigate? Well, I kind of already said this. So, my dream place to investigate would probably be Alcatraz because I just think it would be so cool to investigate there. Number 11. Do you prefer to investigate alone or in a group? Well, I would definitely want to go with a group because I've never really like investigated before like properly. So I would definitely want to go with a group with people who know what they're doing. So yeah, definitely do that. Number 12. Is your house haunted? No, it's not. I'm kind of happy and sad that it's not haunted. I'm happy because that's kind of good. Then I wouldn't be freaked out in my own home. But I'm sad because I feel like if it was haunted, then my paranormal videos could be a bit more interesting. And then I could do like investigations and it'd be really fun. But then again, I'm also kind of happy that it's not haunted. So a bit of a mixed match. I'm like of the way that I'm feeling about that. So, all right, and last question. Have you ever had any paranormal experiences with animals? No, I have not. It would be very weird if I did. But it would be like, I don't really know how you could do that, have a paranormal experience with an animal. But I guess it would be really cool to experience that. I'm all up for that. I love animals, so hopefully I'll get to experience that one day because that would be really cool. Okay, so that is all the questions. I tried to go through them as quickly as possible, but again, my video is really long, so sorry about that. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe, make sure to click thumbs up, and I will see you all next week with a brand new video. Alright, bye guys.